The YouTube algorithm is a mysterious beast we all chase yet never seem able to catch. Just when we think we have it, it eludes us once more. But not today, because we've developed and replicated a view-busting strategy that wins every time we use it, including today. And the key to that secret is YouTube search is dead. Why are you on YouTube right now? Pop your answer in the comments below, because if you understand this, you can start to understand your audience. Are you here to watch your favourite creator? Or did you open up YouTube not really knowing what you were going to watch and you ended up here? Or did you come onto YouTube to get a specific answer to a specific question? Whatever the answer is, it can be defined by viewer intent. And traditionally, when it comes to YouTube search, the viewer is very intentional. So much so that they type their intent into YouTube to get the desired outcome. And as you can see, we have been very successful in the past at catering to the exact needs of our audience. In fact, YouTube search traffic has contributed over 40 million views to our YouTube channel over the last 10 years. So naturally, you would think, as a how-to education-based channel, our #1 priority is to make search-based how-to content, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. In the last year, less than a fifth of vidIQ's views came from search, but almost twice as many came from browse. Yeah, we don't want your click from a search page. Now, we want it from the home page. Now at this point, you might be asking, and quite rightly, why would you do this? Why would you abandon your biggest traffic source of views? Well, there's a simple answer to that. The YouTube analytics told us to. From an obvious peak at the start of the COVID lockdown, search traffic on our channel has been in decline, and we haven't been able to reverse that trend in the 3 years since. So around about a year ago, I decided to hell with the traditional how-to style of video content. We're going to do something different. We're going to target browse, and the results were quite frankly astonishing. Like everything on YouTube, it took us a little while to figure out this new strategy, but once we did, we doubled down on it, to the point that from this time last year, we're doing twice as many monthly views. And so what is the secret sauce to this success? How do you get people from watching search-based content to browse-based content on your channel? Well, Maestro, drum roll please. Give the viewer what they want, and then give them what they need. Yeah, that's going to take some explaining, isn't it? I'm sure we'll all agree that a good title is super important for your video, right? It's one of the first things a viewer sees, and this video title is very direct. If you watch it, it should help you write better YouTube titles. But performance-wise, the video's done, 70,000 views in a year. However, it has achieved its objective. It does get search traffic, it is evergreen content, and it does rank on YouTube underneath a Think Media video that has 200,000 views. But here's the thing, is having a video at the very top of the search rankings with 200,000 views a good thing? To me, that suggests how to write a YouTube title has a very limited search volume on YouTube. And that's a bad thing. But we all know that writing YouTube titles is very important, right? Yes, absolutely. However, it's not what creators want. It's not what creators crave. It's not what creators desire. And when that mentality clicks in your head, believe it or not, this video is also about the same topic, how to write titles for YouTube videos. Not that you would know it from the title of a video itself. To understand why we've done this, we need to ask you a question. What do you want for your YouTube channel? Basically, most creators want more views, more subscribers, and depending on where they are on their YouTube journey, monetization. They want to grow their channel into something bigger, and they want to do it faster. That is the basic emotional desire of the average YouTube creator, and that's what our title intends to trigger. What if you could double your YouTube views with just a few minutes of work? For most people, this sounds like a bit of a pipe dream, but it's actually quite simple. All you need is a little bit of creativity and a YouTube title formula I'm about to share with you. Did you see what we did there? In the title and the thumbnail, we gave our target audience what they want. grow big, grow fast. And then we reinforce that in the video hook right up to the point where we told them what they actually need. A title formula. So when it comes to pitching your video to your audience, show and tell them what they want, and the video can deliver what they need. This is why two videos about exactly the same topic from the same channel can have wildly different view counts. And you won't believe what happened next. Yep, it jumped out of the gate with great numbers. But what amazed me was that the video just kept going and going and going. So much so that 250 days after the video went public, it continues to be a super solid, evergreen browse video. I didn't even think it was possible to get so many views from browse so long after the video went live. Oh, it's getting views from search as well. I didn't plan for that. It turns out this video's been double dipping, but not for that long. Most of the views have come from browse, and it's only recently started trending upwards in search traffic. Hey, if YouTube's gonna give me more views from more traffic sources, I ain't gonna complain. I'm gonna do it again. Ah, that's right, Rob. As well as views, small channels want subscribers. This video did the same thing, but in a shorter time frame with even more views, over 1 million of them, and almost all the traffic comes from browse features. More views, more subscribers, what comes next? Ah, the algorithm. Everybody wants to understand that, whatever it means. The algorithm is a catch-all term that allows you to pretty much talk about anything when it comes to YouTube growth. And on this occasion, more than 1.7 million viewers have tuned in less than 6 months. And look at that. Suggested views, browse views, and hardly anything from search. Yeah, I think you probably get the idea by now. So let's create an actionable plan for your channel. Think of it like this. Currently, this is where your viewer is, but this is where you want to get them to. And you do that by focusing on one of your target audience's emotional desires that you know to exist. Whether it's getting more views or earning more money or passing a course or losing weight. The pitch of your title, the pitch of your thumbnail, the first 10 seconds of your video, the hook, all start there. Because the viewer doesn't intentionally have to search for this type of stuff. They subconsciously, instinctively know it. And when they see it on YouTube, they want it, and they're gonna watch it. So whether you are a cooking channel, a gaming channel, a tech channel, a fitness channel, a finance channel, ask yourself this. What is at the top of the list, the ultimate goal, the basic desire of my ideal viewer? Start there. And once you know that, you need to write a title that is so intriguing and so curious that the only way a viewer is going to resolve it is by clicking on it. And this is where you start. What if you could double your YouTube views with just a few minutes of work? For most people, this sounds like a bit of a pipe dream, but it's actually quite simple. All you need is a little bit of creativity and a YouTube title formula I'm about to share with you. Alright, I want you to answer this question in the comments below with just a single word, that being either before or after. And that question is, when do you decide on your video title? Before or after you make the video? And to find out why that's really important, keep watching until the end. Now, one big reason why small channels never get more than a few hundred views on their YouTube videos is because they are terrible, truly awful at writing titles. Now you know what I'm talking about, right? Those boring, generic titles that never get any clicks. But if you're guilty of this, don't worry, you're not alone. Even here at vidIQ, after 1,000 videos, we still sometimes struggle with titles. If we see, after a couple of hours, a video is performing poorly, we'll accept that we've made a mistake and revamp that title. And so that's why we spoke to a YouTube title writing expert. And if you've ever wondered what a YouTube title writing expert looks like, oh yeah, this expert means business, and his name is Jake Thomas of Creator Hooks. He helps YouTubers write better titles by using psychology, and he's basically given us his title formula. And that formula can be summed up in 3 words.
Fear, curiosity, and desire. So if you can learn how to master those 3 emotions, you can get really good on YouTube. And it's not just YouTube titles, like we're talking about thumbnails, intros, email subject lines, Twitter threads. This is kind of the study of getting people's attention and then getting them to click.
So Jake, when you talk about fear, desire, and curiosity, which one of these emotions is the most powerful?
Definitely curiosity. And I've talked to people like Daryl Eves, Pat Flynn, and both of those guys said it's one thing, curiosity.
Jake says that you can mix curiosity with fear or desire for even more powerful results, but curiosity is always the main emotional driver. When you feel curious about something, your brain cannot resist the urge to find out more, and that's what you need to tap into with your titles. Fear is powerful because we as humans are wired to avoid pain and danger. And desire is obviously something that we all feel on a daily basis. We desire knowledge, money, success, the list goes on. And these emotions are universal. Don't use your channel niche as an excuse not to try them. Whether you're a gaming, beauty or tech channel, you can use curiosity combined with fear and desire to make incredibly powerful titles. So how do you use these emotions to write titles that win you the click? Well, we're going to do it through the help of this currently censored list of 10 power phrases you can use to level up your titles. The first one being change the viewer's life.
There's a couple of reasons why it works. It's a little vague, right? So it's kind of an open loop. Change my life could mean something different for me, and it could mean something different for you. So one has a little bit of curiosity, and two, it speaks to a big desire. Many people would love to change their lives. So the truth about that opens up a loop, right? That starts a story, but it doesn't finish it. Like if you see that title, you have to say, oh my gosh, what is the truth about? Usually it has kind of like a negative connotation there. Like, the truth about everybody thinks this way, but here's the real truth, right? So a little bit of negativity there. It's kind of revealing a secret as well. Like, oh, you're getting some insider information about what's actually happening.
Opening a loop. We've heard that phrase a couple of times already. What does it mean?
And opening up a loop is the most common way that I've seen people build curiosity. People also call it a curiosity gap. There's a gap between what you know and what you want to know. The audience, they have kind of like a need to fill that gap. Opening up a loop is the kind of the easiest way to build curiosity and the most popular one.
Now I'll get back to those phrases in a second, but what if you don't have the skills and the creativity to turn those phrases into titles? Well, here's what Jake recommends you should do.
I've asked a bunch of creators, what is your secret to writing good YouTube titles? And a lot of them have said, I just model what works. If you go outside of your industry and you find kind of a good hook, then you can take that, spin it for your channel, and then you can write a better YouTube title from that. And this is actually how I didn't get fired from my job as a YouTube channel manager.
Anything that doesn't get you fired from your job is pretty sound advice in my book. Getting good titles requires effort and research. And to help you along the way, we've got 2 suggestions. Every Monday, Jake shares the best titles he's found through his Creator Hooks newsletter. Sign up for free using a link in the video description. Secondly, check out vidIQ's very own AI title generator. It's designed to produce highly engaging title ideas. It has all of the popular power phrases we've been talking about built in and much more. All you need to do is enter a phrase that describes your video and click Get Title Ideas. Even free users have limited access to this tool, so take it for a spin. The links are all down in the description. Now then, back to that list. If you want to double your YouTube views with very little effort, start using some of these power phrases in your YouTube titles. Try typing these phrases into YouTube search and see what you find, and plug them into our AI title generator. You may be surprised at the quality of titles it creates. And when should you do all of this? Before you start your video. That's what we did with this video, and it helped us plan, script, film, and edit it. Because throughout the entire process, we knew the emotional goal of the video. The truth is, YouTube's been telling us how to beat the algorithm for years, but nobody pays attention. All you need to do really is hover over this little icon in the YouTube analytics, and there it is. You can increase the chance of YouTube suggesting your content by increasing your click-through rate and your video watch time. And today we're going to focus on click-through rate. Not saying watch time's not important, but if people don't click, then watch time is irrelevant. So with that being said, what makes you think people click on videos? Now I like to think that you, the vidIQ Nation, are a bunch of well-educated creators, and you're going to say 2 things, title and thumbnail. And you're not wrong. But which is more important? Now again, you lot are smart people, and most of you are likely to say thumbnails because it's the first thing you see when you're browsing on YouTube. But let me present to you evidence A and evidence B. These videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions of views, and the thumbnails are awful. truly, truly awful. So let me ask you again, which is more important, a thumbnail or a title? And your answer should be yes. But today's focus is titles, because that's what Jake Thomas, our YouTube expert, specializes in. And we've got him on the line right now. So, Jake, we don't have time to cover everything, you know, but if you only have 3 minutes, give us a shortcut, a title template for viral videos that works for small channels. Off you go.
The best R6 attacker nobody plays. I love this title. It's simple, but it builds a ton of curiosity. First, there's contrast between best R6 attacker and nobody plays, right? It's kind of counterintuitive. Why is nobody playing this R6 attacker if they're so good? Also, it's a cliffhanger. Who is this R6 attacker? So you've got to click and you've got to find out who it is. And then finally, you kind of feel like you're getting in on a secret. You know, why does nobody play this attacker? What does this person know that not everybody else knows, right? So, and this title can be used for a bunch of different industries. Another example is the best relationship advice no one told you. We ran every day for 30 days. Here's what happened. There are 4 things I love about this title. First is the time frame. Time frames make videos feel more tangible, so you know exactly what the video is going to be about. Also, in this case, the time frame makes this video feel more attainable, right? Like if they can do this for 30 days, I can do the same thing for 30 days. The second thing I like about this title is that they're talking about things you can do every day. Again, doing things every day makes them feel a little bit more tangible, right? And then also they're easy to kind of plug into your daily routine. The third thing I like about this title is that they finish with curiosity. Here's what happened, opens a loop, and it makes you want to click to figure out what actually happened. And then finally, this title is accessible to anybody. Like you don't have to be a running expert or a fitness expert to do something every day and then go make a video about it. There are a couple of other titles that use these same elements to go viral, and you can use the same thing. Like, what happens if you jump rope for 30 minutes every day? 5 dog training exercises you should do every day at home. What happens to your body when you eat chia seeds every day? Ex-employee warns us about Taco Bell's meat. This is a simple but powerful title. First off, it uses authority. This is a story from an ex-employee, right? Like someone who has kind of insider knowledge of what actually goes on at Taco Bell. So it's more believable and more credible. Also, it confirms our suspicions. We've all wondered, is Taco Bell's meat actually meat? Or like, you know, why does it give people so many tummy problems? Just that kind of feeling about Taco Bell, it confirms those suspicions. Then it also works because it's a warning. Warnings do a great job at grabbing our attention. And then finally, this title is relatable. It has a broad appeal because almost everybody has had Taco Bell. Another title that went viral using a really similar format is YouTube employee reveals new secrets for growing your channel. Top 10 most devastating wildcard losses of all time. First off, this is all about drama and negativity, right? It's not like best comeback wins of all time. It's most devastating losses, and people on YouTube love drama. And then you've got the fact that this is really epic and extreme. It's extreme because these are the most devastating losses. The words "the most" actually give this title more power. And then it feels kind of epic because it's talking about losses of all time, right? So it just, you really increase the scope of this video and it feels way more powerful and way more dramatic. And here are 2 other titles that use similar strategies to go viral. Inside Tokyo's Tiniest Luxury Apartment and 20 Greatest Discontinued Foods of All Time. I wish I knew these before I upgraded to Windows 11. This is powerful for 2 reasons. First off, it's about regret. This is what I wish I knew, right? Regret is such a powerful emotion that almost anybody can use on their YouTube channel because everybody wants to avoid regrets. So people are really tuned in to clicking on those and seeing what does this person regret and how can I avoid that. Also, this builds a lot of curiosity. What are these things that he wishes he knew before he upgraded? Another example of a title using a similar structure is 5 tips I wish I knew before I started motion design.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a whole chunk of actionable, valuable stuff right there. 3 questions for you, 1-word answers in the comments below. Do you research video titles before you start your own video? Do you write a title before you start a video? And do you write multiple titles before you start your video? Now, I know some of you are cheating and saying yes to all of those questions. I know that the majority of creators simply don't do this or do it half-heartedly. I should know because I'm guilty of it myself. Sometimes. But not today. You see, I can't be lazy about writing a title for this video because I'm working with a title expert by the name of Jake Thomas. I don't know which one of them is a title expert, to be honest. After over a year and finding hundreds of awesome YouTube titles, I asked Jake what are his favourite 5 and why they would work for any creator no matter what topic they cover on YouTube.
So there's a lot to like about this title. There's also one thing that I don't like, which we'll talk about that in a second. But one of the main things that I love about this is that it's talking about habits. And habits is kind of like a power word on YouTube right now. This title does two things to kind of like spice up the habit. One, it's a list of habits. And then two, it's a list of 1-minute habits. So 4 1-minute habits makes this video really tangible. And then it's also talking about a big benefit, habits that save me 20+ hours a week. It's got a huge broad audience. Everybody wants to save 20 hours a week. Also, the time frame of 1-minute habits, that makes this video way more enticing. The one thing I didn't like about this video is that it kind of finishes with a little bit of keyword stuffing. I don't really think that was necessary. Typically, shorter titles are easier to read. Also, a couple of other examples of titles talking about habits. 3 habits that will make you a beast in matches. 3 feminine habits men find wildly attractive. And then accountant explains money habits keeping you poor. So this video went viral pretty recently. So habits are kind of on fire on YouTube right now.
And now we get to the most important part of the video, applying all of this to your channel. What Jake is doing here is teaching you title formulas. So take this title and simply fill in the blanks for your topic, your audience, your channel.
So I really like this title because it's a big warning. So it's got a lot of negativity, right? Telling you to stop doing this. It also has a lot of curiosity. It has in the thumbnail, as an arrow pointing to the place where many people are standing in doubles. It probably comes natural to them. It's like a best practice. So when a YouTube title says, stop doing a best practice, it grabs your attention because it kind of goes against everything you've been taught, everything you assume is right. And challenging assumptions is a great way to get people to click. There's also kind of a prerequisite to this title, and that is knowing your audience. He knows that this is where his audience is standing when they play doubles. He knows their audience's hopes, dreams, fears, best practices. If you know that for your audience, that's going to let you use specific words and kind of speak to them on a deeper emotional level that they feel like, oh man, this creator really gets me. A couple of other examples of titles using this stop or a warning and negativity. Why I stopped writing carbon frames. If you're a biker, you probably assume that writing carbon frames is good. You kind of stop, you do a little bit of a double take, like, hey, wait, what's going on here? Stop using VLOOKUP in Excel. Why I switched to index match. Again, telling you to stop doing something that's good or beneficial or that'll save you time, grabbing your attention with a warning and kind of in curiosity there.
Kind of feeling a bit redundant, to be honest. Jake's got this covered.
So the main thing I like about this title is that it's giving the audience a new opportunity. They have new hope. They feel like, oh, maybe this is finally going to be my big break. So that gets them really excited about it. Also, it's talking about changing. The audience probably put in their biggest dreams and change forever, right? They fill it in the blank there. So it builds a little bit of curiosity because it's open-ended and it's a little bit of a cliffhanger, but also it lets the audience just dream and kind of plug in whatever their biggest goal is. I used this framework in an A/B test recently. So title A was, this will have a huge impact on your mix, Excite Audio Lifeline Console. And then title B was, this plugin will change the way you mix forever. And that actually increased the CTR by 40% here. A couple of other channels that use the word change here. This study changes everything we know about bass fishing. This genius device will change videography. Again, open-ended, but promising a big benefit here. 5 things you should never tell coworkers. The 2 kind of click triggers here are, it's a list and it's a little bit of a warning, but also it attracts a big broad audience. Pretty much everybody has coworkers, so everybody can relate to this. Kind of feels like a little taboo, a little controversial. What are these things that you should never tell your audience? Not like, adult only kind of stuff, but it might be, right? You never know. And you got to find out, a couple of other examples of titles using, kind of lists and never. 20 Halloween candies you should never eat. Start doing this and never be poor or broke again. Things I never pack travel 2022. So, again, that's a list of things that she never does, right? So that is a great framework that almost any channel can use.
This is my coworker, by the way. It's called Jasper, and he literally does nothing, which is why you should never have a dog as a coworker. Useless.
So there's a couple things that I really like about this title. One, it's simple, right? You're just talking about meal prepping for the week in under an hour. That time frame in under an hour does a lot here. It gets rid of the audience's biggest excuse. So they're probably thinking, man, I'd love to meal prep for the week, but it's just going to take so much time. Also, it increases the value of this video. We can achieve a big goal in a short time frame, right? In under an hour. Also, we're talking about just meal prepping for the week. So that's a pretty basic desire. You're talking about achieving a goal. Got a couple of examples here. How to make compost in 10 days, become a better reader in 8 minutes, how to change your life in 3 weeks. And a thing that's interesting about this one is that this video can get views from browse suggested, and also it can help you rank in search, because you might search how to meal prep, knowing that kind of your biggest excuse is that it's going to take a long time, and also your biggest desire is that it's going to take a short time. Also, it's such a great kind of value prop, such a great topic that it can also make people click and browse suggested, right? So this is a great framework that, again, almost any channel can use.
And that is one of the biggest things you should be taking away from this video. We've looked at all sorts of channels, from finance to fishing to fitness, but in each case, Jake is able to identify a title formula that you, whoever you are on YouTube, can use.
There's one thing I can guarantee the YouTube algorithm will love in 2024. Watch time, likes, CTR, comments, shares, all those metrics might change in regards to how important the YouTube algorithm thinks they are, but here's one thing that will never change. Picking a good idea that your audience is interested in and using psychology to present that idea in a way that makes them want to click.
Notebooks at the ready, folks. We're covering all of this right now.
There are 3 steps, and the first is knowing your audience. I know everybody says that, but what does it actually mean? When it comes to writing titles and coming up with good ideas, I want to know 5 specific things. And the first thing I want to know is, what is my audience's biggest desires?
Yeah, I think we should answer these questions together. So, vidIQ, a YouTube education channel. The main desires of our audience is to get more subscribers, get more views, grow their channels, ultimately monetization. So what is the main desire of your audience? This is how Jake identifies it on YouTube channels.
So we're here on Danny Mod's channel, and we want to filter by most popular. And we can see out of the top 8 videos, we have driver swing, and driver swing. So 3 of the top 8 videos are about driver swing. This is one example of, if you know what your audience's biggest desires are, and you can make videos that help them achieve that, then that can help you grow your channel. But desires aren't the only thing I want to know. I also want to know what my audience's dreams are. So here we are on Kaylin's Coffee Talks and Flows. So when I'm talking about knowing my audience's biggest dreams, it's very similar to desires, but it's a little bit more deep and a little bit more towards their end goal. We have Change Your Life and Change Your Life, 2 massive outliers that are the top 2 videos for this channel. So if you know what your audience's dreams are and make videos about their dreams, that can help you grow your channel.
What are the biggest dreams of your audience? When it comes to vidIQ and YouTube education, I feel our community is dreaming of monetization, possibly even going full-time at some point. Maybe even one of these.
Let's switch to kind of the opposite of dreams and desires. Let's talk about fears. I also want to know what my audience's biggest fears are. Money habits keeping you poor, middle class habits keeping you in the rat race, things I stopped buying to make more money.
Creators fear failure. If they're not seen and if they're not heard, then nobody's going to watch their videos, nobody's going to subscribe to their channel. They can't monetize their channels or turn their passions into full-time jobs. And that means they'll have to quit their YouTube channel and get a real job and do boring stuff.
If we look at Mr. Beast's channel and filter these by most popular, we have, I spent 50 hours buried alive, solitary confinement, sitting in snakes, right? Really common fears that people have. So making content about your audience's biggest fears can work in almost any industry. And finally, we have interests, where interests are not so much desire and benefit based, but what are people interested in now?
And we know one interest that our audience is absolutely fascinated with: the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, check the title of this video again.
So we have Pox's channel here, we'll go to popular. You can see there's a huge pattern here. Every operator, every operator, every operator, every operator. Fox's audience, they really want to know things about every operator. And then I also want to know what my audience's current beliefs are. I'll show you what I mean by that and why it's so important in a second.
Jake was able to demonstrate there how to find the desires of very different target audiences for very different channels with a simple research strategy. And that is step number 2, research. And right now, Jake's going to show you 9 ways to do this. It's pretty good, isn't he? Yes.
So we've already talked about this one, and that is just going to your competitors' channels, filtering their videos by most popular, and seeing what has worked for them. Now, the biggest pro is that these topics in these videos have a high likelihood of success. Your audience and YouTube has already shown you that this works on YouTube. However, the big con is that everybody's doing this. Then there's a step below this, which is going to your competitors' channels and then looking for outlier videos. So let's say we had a basketball channel. We're here on Jimmer Range's channel and just kind of scrolling through and taking note of how many views they get roughly. 382, 478, that's a big outlier. Then we go down here and we see 470 and 464, and they're about the same topic. Nobody realized what just changed for Bryce James. This is about one of LeBron's sons. And then LeBron versus Bronny James at 18. Again, one of his sons. So clearly we got 2 outliers back to back. And then you can also do the same thing with your own channel. You can filter your videos by most popular. You can look and try to see what are the outlier videos.
What? I didn't realize Jake was going to scrutinize our channel.
However, there is one big problem with this. So a lot of these videos are old.
I think what Jake's trying to say here is that we haven't made anything good recently.
vidIQ has a great solution for that. So we'll go here, we'll go to view trending videos, and this is going to show us what is working right now with their views per hour feature. So this is kind of like a cheat code to figure out what is happening now.
Oh, what a relief. I thought he was going to lay into our channel then. Instead, he was just showing a really cool tool that we have here at vidIQ, which you can download in a link in the description. Also, Jake, light mode. Oh, my eyes.
Another one of my favorite features that they have is their competitors tab. I can see the top videos from my competitors. These topics are probably going to work well. You can see we've got ball striking and ball striking. So if I have a golf channel, I'm probably going to make a video about ball striking. And the next thing we can do to figure out what our audience wants is to just ask YouTube. So I'm going to pretend that I have a technology channel and I want to make a video about laptops. So I might do best laptops for students, 2023, for 2023, engineering students. This is YouTube telling me what my audience wants to watch. If I had a fitness channel, I might do best ab exercises. For women, men, beginners at home with weights, with dumbbells, ranked. If you want to take it a step further and go a step out, you can look at Facebook groups. So here we are. Let's pretend that I had a dog or a puppy channel. We're in the new puppy and dog owners advice and support group. It has like a couple 100,000 people in it, I think. So we can just scroll this group and see what is, what are these people talking about? And this will help you learn your audience even more.
Give, Jasper, give. See, I need some help with this dog.
So this was one interesting thing that I found. We have this post, am I the only one who feels guilty? And then this post here, I'm feeling like a lousy dog mom. So seeing these back-to-back posts, it's like a light bulb going off in my head. You know, if I have a channel that talks to dog moms, I would probably address that pain point and that complaint. And you can do the same thing on Reddit. So if I had a Marvel channel, I would be on this Reddit probably all day. Scroll through and seeing what people are talking about, especially if you're talking about news.
Did anyone else go cold turkey on the Marvel franchise after watching Endgame? I was just emotionally spent after that.
Continuing with the off YouTube channel research, here we are on Twitter. Let's say I had a cooking channel. We have this Tweet Hunter X, and this automatically sorts tweets by most popular. Here we have gut health. So if I'm in the cooking space or the health space, I am talking about gut health a lot. And then going back to YouTube, this is one of the best ways to get ideas, is just to see what your audience is saying. And even if you are not getting that many comments, you can go to your competitors' channels and see what people commenting on their videos. Here's a comment. We got 8 replies, 146 likes. He clearly avoided the 1-star hotels and actually dangerous locations. I bet he would have had a very different experience. So that is an interesting comment. Then that could be another video idea. And then earlier, I also said that I want to know what my audience's current beliefs are. Asking ChatGPT is probably the easiest way that you can do that. Let's pretend that I had a productivity channel. I might ask ChatGPT, what are 10 myths people who are trying to be more productive believe?
Yeah, I decided to ask vidIQ's AI coach the same question, but about YouTube creators and myths they believe. The benefit of the AI coach is that it's connected to your YouTube channel, so it can give you more insights. And here's the entire list. Pause and read if you want.
I might also ask, what are the common beliefs of people who are trying to be more productive? Or I might ask, what are their best practices? What are their biggest excuses? Now that you know what your audience is into, the third step is to turn those ideas into clickable titles using psychology. The easiest way to do this is to use the DJ Khaled method. This is where you remix proven topics with proven frameworks. Earlier, we were on Larry Chung's channel and we saw this massive outlier. Now, this massive outlier could be an outlier because it was talking about a very hot topic. However, it could also be because of the psychology and the way that it was presented. So we have housing market predictions. The 2023 housing crash has just begun. What we could do is remix this framework with another proven topic for our channel. So on vidIQ, we found earlier that based on their trending videos, here we have algorithm, and we've got algorithm. 2 of their most popular videos are about the algorithm. So we could turn this framework into YouTube algorithm predictions. The 2024 shift is starting now.
Oh, Jet, this is brilliant. Not so fast. Let me write this down.
Another example is here's another outlier. This has 478,000 views. The Lakers won't stop robbing the NBA. It's a great title that's full of drama. And it's also kind of, opens up a loop there, like, what does this mean? So we'll go back to Nathaniel Bandy's channels. We'll look at his trending videos. And here we see his top 4 videos are all about Super Mario Brothers. So we could turn, the Lakers won't stop robbing the NBA into Super Mario Brothers won't stop taking advantage of us.
Or how about YouTube won't stop making dumb decisions? I probably shouldn't make that one, should I?
And then to make this process even easier, we've got a shameless plug here of my newsletter, Creator Hooks. So every week I send you 5 viral video ideas, kind of break down why they worked and how you can model them for your own channel. So the world's cheapest turbo kit on a Camry, we could rewrite this as world's most expensive lens on a budget camera, or world's most dangerous hike wearing flip-flops. Remixing proven topics and proven frames is the easiest way to turn your audience's interest into clickable titles. But the problem with that method is that you're never really creating anything new, and you're always relying on other channels to have success before you. So one great way to turn ideas into clickable titles is to apply these 10 ways of building curiosity.
What, Jake's giving us 10 things this time? Our editors really got their work cut out for them.
The most common way is opening up a loop. You might also know this as curiosity gap, where there's a difference between what you know and what you want to know. This is also a cliffhanger. It's essentially starting a story but not finishing it, so people feel compelled to click on your video. So here we are on Nathaniel Bandy's channel. Let's go to his trending videos, and you can see just by looking at the thumbnails that Super Mario Brothers is trending like crazy. That is a proven topic for his channel. So if I had a gaming channel, I might make a video titled "The Best Super Mario Brothers Game Nobody Plays." That opens up a loop. What is that game? What's the game that nobody plays?
And you know what I think would be really helpful to help you generate ideas? Is a simple task. Fill in the blanks. So rewrite this title for your channel. The best blank that nobody blanks. And as an example for vidIQ and YouTube education, the best subscriber hacks nobody uses. It's really quite simple when you have a formula to work with, right? Here's some more.
So if I had a basketball channel, we saw that talking about LeBron and his sons is a proven topic. So I might make a video titled "Bronny James will change college basketball forever." That starts a story, but it doesn't finish it. Why is Bronny James going to change basketball forever? Next up is the easiest way to build curiosity, and that is asking a question. And so earlier we were in this Facebook group, and we found that a lot of dog moms feel guilty or feel lousy. So you could build curiosity by asking a question like, are you feeling like a lousy dog mom? Do this every day.
Jasper, you really need to stop doing this every day.
We also have this finance channel, and we found that the housing market crash is a super hot topic. So you could ask a question. Will the Housing Market Crash in 2024? This title also uses another element of curiosity that we'll talk about soon. And then we have a classic but very effective way to build curiosity, and that is to reveal a secret. 31 facts about gut health that most doctors won't tell you. So you kind of feel like you're getting insider information. Most doctors won't tell you, is very secretive language, taking things to the extreme. So using words that end in est, like the easiest, the best, the fastest, the slowest. That's a great way to make things unique. So this tweet was ready for the easiest meal ever. So we can make a video titled, maybe the easiest meal ever is delicious and full of protein. So it combines a benefit with some curiosity because it's the easiest meal ever. The hardest way to build curiosity, but it's one of the most effective, and that is being counterintuitive. So pretty much going against what your audience thinks is true. So you could make a title, why more time won't make you more productive. They use to-do lists. So you could make a video titled, if you want to be more productive, stop making a to-do list. So when you tell them to stop doing something that they are currently doing, that's counterintuitive, and that builds a lot of curiosity. Now here's a way to build curiosity that's currently trending like crazy, but is incredibly effective. So we're on Mr. Beast's channel, we're at most popular, and we've got contrast here. So contrast is pairing opposite things together. So $1 versus $1 million hotel room. So using our audience research tips we found earlier, we know that sometimes dog moms feel guilty. So one interesting title we could do with this is why only the best dog moms feel like lousy dog moms. And then going back to vidIQ's channel, we know that small YouTubers works well. So one way to build curiosity using contrast would be a title, the biggest advantage every small YouTuber has.
I'm not gonna lie, that is a brilliant title. Keep an eye out for it in a future video.
And next up for building curiosity is talking about the future. You have algorithm hacks. So talking about the algorithm is a proven topic for this channel. So one idea might be employee reveals 2024 YouTube algorithm secret. A second ago, we talked about the housing market predictions and housing market crash. And one of the titles I came up with is, will the housing market crash in 2024? Next up, we have the simplest way to build curiosity, and that is just slapping the word weird or odd or strange on your title. Those are like curiosity power words, and they're super simple to incorporate in your titles. So here we are, I'm on vidIQ, and I know that ball striking works well. And also drills work well. So I could make a video titled, this weird ball striking drill added 30 yards to my golf swing. Another hard but really effective way to build curiosity is to talk about constraints. So doing things pretty much on hard mode, or doing things even with excuses. So here we are on Alex Catani's channel, this comment. So my question is, what did you do for media? Like, what camera did you use? How did you edit videos? Is it possible to do on your own or leverage a video editor? So one idea could be how I grew my Instagram to 100,000 followers by myself using only a phone. Obviously, this is a long title, so you could use by myself in the thumbnail, or using only an iPhone in the thumbnail, or 100,000 followers in the thumbnail. So kind of mixing and matching these different elements of curiosity, putting some of them in the title and then putting some of them in the thumbnail. And then we have versus videos to build curiosity. We know that Super Mario Brothers Wonder is trending like crazy right now. So we could make a video titled Super Mario Brothers Wonder versus New Super Mario Brothers. That's kind of joining the conversation in the audience's mind. Also back to Larry Chung's channel, real estate versus stock market, which is a safer investment in 2024. So that has three elements of curiosity: real estate versus stock market. So it's competition. We have asking a question, which is a safer investment in 2024. And we also have talking about the future. Another great way to talk about versus videos or challenge videos is to do what Mr. Beast did, and to use contrast to build curiosity in your versus videos. So, here we have $1 versus $500,000 plane ticket. So it's contrast, but it's also that versus and that challenge and that competition that builds curiosity.
Throughout this video, we've talked about golf channels, finance channels, Mr. Beast, lifestyle, YouTube education, basketball, gaming, the list goes on. That is the beauty of these psychological titling methods. They can be used by any channel of any size in any niche. And if you thought this ultimate guide to writing titles on YouTube was good, well, you're in for a treat, because the next one's already ready to roll. It's about the algorithm, and you can watch it right now.